Yes, another 6 points to me, your turn.
Very good, very good. Now then, there we are. 2 double letters, which makes 15 points to me.
Kniffy?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that word.
No, my dear Mrs. Thrale, it is knife.
A knife has no K in it.
Well, I think you'll find it does, my entrancing opponent.
Surely not.
Well, I have it in my dictionary.
Good, may I see?
Of course. There you are, you see, the K is silent. Yes, as I said, 15 points to me.
Well, I'm blessed. You really are a supremely educated man, Dr. Johnson. Far beyond my humble talent.
No, it's just that as a simple lexicographer, I live steeped in such matters. Shall we continue?
Certainly. Ah, yes, need, and a triple point score on the first E, so another 7 points to me. I may defeat you yet, dear Doctor.
One moment, please.
Queewee? What is queewee?
No, madam, that is Q.
Q, but surely Q doesn't have all those trailing bounds.
Well, of course it does. I have it in my dictionary.
Oh, good. May I see?
Of course. Yeah, see for yourself. Just there.
Hold on, how come the end of the word is written in ink rather than printed?
Late amendments, my dear Mrs. Thrale. Late amendments. A work of this nature is never entirely complete.
It really is so interesting to play against you, dear Doctor. For instance, I had no idea how many words have double letters in them.
Yes.
Quite extraordinary, really, as so many of them are apparently quite unnecessary. Not to mention the fact that so many of them are C's and M's, which are worth 3 points each, are they not?
Well, quite so, dear lady, quite so. However, if I could just...
It is as well you have your dictionary with you, Doctor. Otherwise, I should be sure you were inventing these spellings just to gain advantage. My turn. There. Hone, and a double word score too, so that's 14 points to me. I may defeat you yet, dear Doctor. I'm sorry, surely you've made a mistake.
No, it's a real word. It's a form of glockenspiel. Yes, what the French call it blink blonk. Yes, and it's pronounced xylophone.
Is it also in your dictionary?
Certainly.
Good. May I see?
There, is it?
Oh, well, I'm blessed. But hold on, this entry's under W, not X.
Yes, it's another late amendment, my dear lady. I must have inadvertently put it under the wrong... Boswell! Good to see you.
Mrs. Thrale. Good to see you, Johnson. Playing Scrabble again, I see. I'm afraid you will not triumph, Mrs. Thrale. The good doctor has not lost a game of Scrabble in 5 years.
Oh, really? And how long has it you been working on your dictionary?
Oh, a while. Mrs. Thrale, a while.
It's about 5 years, isn't it, Samuel?
Well, yes, possibly, Boswell, possibly. Why don't you go down to the coffee house and order us some? I'll be with you shortly.
Yes, it's definitely 5 years.
Yes, coffee, Boswell?
It's rather a coincidence, isn't it, Doctor, that you haven't lost a game of Scrabble since you started writing your dictionary?
I don't know why he plays, Mrs. Thrale. He always wins and it just gets his dictionary all smudgy.
Yes, I think you've said enough, Boswell.
Smudgy, God's teeth, Doctor, your xylophone entry's still wet. Give me your pen, Boswell. There's another late amendment for you. Come, I shall go with you to the coffee house.
Certainly, madam. Perhaps I can press you to some fresh ground.
Well, really, I'm quite surprised the gentle Mrs. Thrale is aware of such a word. W. K. Mind you, 13 points, not bad for 6 letters. I may keep this one.
I'm currently standing outside number 11 Downing Street. In a moment I shall be talking to the Chancellor of the Exchequer about the government's new plans to save the economy after the banking collapse. Good evening, Chancellor.
Good evening, Jeremy.
Yes. You've just announced a new policy which will help recover the £500 billion of money spent supporting the failing banks and struggling economy.
Indeed I have. I have today announced a policy which will see us safely on the road to recovery.
Yes, well, now that is good news. This is not also an admission of the failure of the previous policy.
Good Lord, no, the previous policy was good, sound financial sense, and will certainly help us in the long term.
And this would be the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow policy.
Yes, yes, very sound economic measures.
Yes, but not very successful. To date, not one government official has succeeded in following a rainbow to its very end and securing a pot of lead gold. Some people are saying it is fanciful nonsense.
Well, with respect, some people wouldn't recognise good economic values if it came up and bit them on the bottom. Now, the only problem with the pot of gold policy was the weather. Nothing more, nothing less.
The weather?
Yes, but you see, in Britain at this time of year, the atmospheric conditions are not conducive to rainbows. No rainbows, no pot of gold. Obvious, really.
But the new policy addresses this problem with the weather.
Indeed it does, Jeremy, yes, indeed it does. You see, we examined the cause of the current financial crisis and discovered that it was entirely down to a lack of belief.
What? I don't understand.
Well, really, you see, to be brutally honest, Jeremy, there never really was £500 billion in the first place.
No £500 billion?
God, no. That'd be ridiculous. I mean, where would we put it, for one thing? No, we made it all up.
I still don't understand.
Really? Well, it's very simple. We made it all up. And they pretended to put it into the computers and everything, and then everyone believed in it, so it looked like it was there and everything was fine.
So, the money's there when everyone believed in it?
Exactly. Imaginary money is wonderful stuff. You could put it in little imaginary bags and email it all over the world, and as long as everyone believes that it's there, it's fine.
So, what went wrong?
Susan Smith.
What?
Susan Smith was a trainee counter-operative at the TRB, the totally reliable bank. Doesn't matter, chance of it, it's joke. Now, Susan Smith got curious one day as to where the money actually was. So, she asked her line manager. He didn't know, so he asked his line manager, and so on and so forth, until suddenly someone realised that the money didn't actually exist. Word got around,
and everyone stopped believing in it.
Exactly, and it wasn't there anymore. Loose lips sink ships, you see.
So, this new policy will tackle this lack of belief.
Indeed it does, Jeremy. Yes, I call it the magic pie policy.
The magic pie. What does this involve?
Well, you see, what we intend to do is to clear out the site of the Millennium Dome and invite all the chefs from London to build an enormous pie. We will then convince the great British public that it is a magic pie, full of money.
A magic pie?
A magic pie full of money. And then, when everyone believes there's, say, £500 billion in it, everything will be fine. People are going to have their jobs and their houses back. And they can go back to borrowing miles more money than they could ever conceivably expect to pay back. And it'll be just like the good old days.
Yes. I'm not sure it's going to work.
Well, with doubting Thomas attitudes like that, it won't work. You have to believe in the pie or the money won't come. People will be unemployed and it will be your fault. Yes, yours and the people like you. You must believe in the pie.
I shall try, Chancellor. I certainly shall.
Believe in the pie.
Yes, but what if this doesn't work?
Oh, it will work, Jeremy. Absolutely, definitely it will work. It is not worth considering the fact that this policy will fail. It will definitely work. But just in case it doesn't, I have invented another policy, which I call my rabbit in hat policy.
And what's that?
Oh, it's very much like one of those tricks that one of those Paul Daniels chappies might play. You see, he produces a large top hat, and then a very, very attractive young lady wearing a feathery bikini. I'm sorry. She reaches in and pulls out a rabbit that wasn't there before.
Right, only this time it won't be a rabbit, it'll be...
£500 billion, exactly.
Right. And if this doesn't work...
Then I shall use the look over there policy.
What's that?
Look, over there!
Oh, come on, that's just being silly.
I know. Can I ask you something?
Anything.
I can hardly bear to say it.
Don't play with me.
I'm not, it's just... This is so hard for me.
Have you considered my feelings?
Please, don't let's argue, not here. Not now.
You know nothing about me.
I know, but I had to see you.
I don't know what to say to you.
Why? Why can't you just talk to me?
You haven't. Don't make me say it.
Say it, for pity's sake.
How can I? I hardly know you now.
I know, but I feel as if I've known you forever.
Don't say that. You have no idea of the pain that causes me.
I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt you.
I know, but sometimes one gets hurt anyway.
I never should have come here.
Of course you should. How else could we...
Please, don't make it worse than it already is.
Then say it. For me.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Very well. You haven't stated your destination.
It's Kettering.
You don't have to go, you know.
I do. Now.
That'll be 3 shillings.
Thank you.
You can't go like that.
I must go now. My train. You do see that, don't you?
Yes, but not like this.
Why?
Not this way.
Why? For God's sake, why?
Well, the platform's over there.
Yeah. Next guests on Fern's Live Lounge are the brilliant The Cider Bucket, folk country band founded by West Country brothers Sydney and George Boggis.
No.
Hi guys. You've been gaining a huge following in your native Bristol.
Oh, we've been doing alright, playing our stuff round about the Bristol area.
It's great to know that folk music is still so popular. What have you done to keep your music so fresh and vibrant?
Well, nothing really. We don't like any of this fancy newfangled whistles and bells and that. We want to keep the traditions of folk music alive, don't we, George?
Great. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you The Cider Bucket performing Rolling Around.
1, 2, 3, 4. Pick it up now! On an April evening, it wasn't gloaming. The birds they were a-tweeting and the ponies were a-rolling. Sing with me now! Supper! But I was feeling lonely, so I got in my lowrider with my bitches and my hoes. Smack my bitch up now! Supper! Sing with me now! Let's go and the police. Boom shakalaka laka 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 laka. 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 Whack family fa la la. Supper! Whack family fa la la. Baby, hit me one more time! Let's go and